Welcome to the episode, Chad Sports Talk. You know, my name's Chad. Take a dive into sports. And in this video, we're here to discuss the absolute collapse of probably one of the greatest NHL teams in history. And they failed to get out of the first round. How did it compare to other big time between the other major sports, baseball, football, and basketball, in terms of how you rack and stack them? Is the President's Trophy actually is cursed? I mean, that's another question. I said about last year. So I'm just going to dive right into this one, and I'm kind of rack and stack some of these, kind of make it a little easier and kind of digest. And there's a bunch of teams out there to get thrown out there with the Boston Bruins. You had the 2015-16 Golden State Warriors, who set the record for most wins in the regular season with 73, when they topped the Chicago Bulls record of 72. You have the 2007 New England Patriots, who are trying to go undefeated and tried to tie the 73 Miami Dolphins as the only NFL team to go undefeated and win a championship. And you have the 2001 Seattle Mariners, who tied the 1906 Chicago Cubs for most wins in the regular season by any Major League Baseball franchise. And we're kind of go over how these teams kind of fare to how they, rack and stack on probably the greatest of the failures of them all. And for me, I think that, number 4 on this list, I will go with the 2007 Patriots. Now, heading into Super Bowl 42 against the New York Giants, Eli Manning, not many people picked it to be very close, so the Giants had nothing to lose for, and they were very aggressive. And they held the Patriots, pulling the offense down. I mean, you got to think, these guys have been playing constantly. They played all 16 games. They didn't rest at all the final couple weeks. They went on to finish the season 60-0. They run through the playoffs. Head to the Super Bowl. Now they're 18-0, looking for that one last win to put a perfect season together. But if it wasn't for the helmet catch, I mean, that's one of the most outrageous catches I've ever seen, where Tyree's able to hold the ball at the back of his helmet as he went down. Set up the game-winning touchdown as the New York Giants upset the New England Patriots 17-14 to take Super Bowl 52. Forever making the 73 Miami Dolphins undefeated season live forever. And then I go to 2001 Seattle Mariners. They tied the mark for most wins of a Major League Baseball with 116, excuse me. And they pretty much dominated everyone. The only team they struggled with through the season was the Oakland A's, where they were like 10-9 against them. So that's the only team they feared heading into the postseason. But they got Cleveland that first round. They got past them. Then they took on the New York Yankees. And this is the time frame in our nation where we had that black eye on us because September 11th. So everyone was rooting for the Yankees at this time frame. And the Yankees came in there and just dominated Seattle. They just, punched Seattle right in the mouth. Seattle had no chance. They were never took any control. They had one win the entire series. But the Yankees pitching staff locked them down and dominated them in the ALCS, ending any chance of them winning the World Series after posting 116 wins. 2016 Golden State Warriors, they had a earlier scare in the playoff run where the Oklahoma City Thunder actually had them on the ropes down 3-1. And they had to muster their way to come back and beat the Thunder, coming back from behind 3-1 to beat the Thunder. Now, this team also topped the 95-96 Bulls, who finished the season 7-2-10. So then once again they go in the finals, face Cleveland once again. It was like a recurring theme between those two at that time frame. And the Warriors, up 3-1, blew it. They had Cleveland on the ropes. In Golden State, not only did they have the record for most wins of the season, but they've also, another record, become the first team in NBA history to blow a 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals. So they're definitely up there as probably one of the greatest flops in there, but at least they made it to the championship game. They avoided early upsets to get them there, but in the end, they didn't get the deed done. We have the Boston Bruins, the President's Trophy winner, set the mark for most wins by an NHL franchise. Surpassing the 95-96 Red Wings and the 2019-2020 Tampa Bay Lightning. The most points for the season, surpassing the Montreal Canadiens, which is a long-standing record. And they go on and take on the Florida Panthers, which no one gave them any shot. I didn't either. I had Boston winning 5. And Florida wasn't even part of the conversation. And also, they start stringing things together right towards the end and just barnstormed their way into the playoffs, just winning anything and everything they could. Boston was up 3-1 in the series. And it's just, they could not close out Florida. Florida went in this game, nothing to lose. I mean, they took it to the Bruins. They outplayed them a lot. There was no hustle with the Bruins in most of the games. If they didn't establish early leads, they were kind of out of it for a bit. They were just out-muscled, outplayed, and just completely outgassed. The end of that game, how in the world do they squeeze the puck in the final 30 seconds of regulation to tie the game? How? How do you let that team do it? They kept trying to do these fancy, McAvoy kept trying to do backhand passes. Florida had that scouted well in advance, and they kept picking it up. Continued to do it. He didn't change the game plan at all. Boston never changed the game plan. Florida went after him and took everything out of their equation. They silenced Pasternak in that last game. They had no presence in their own end. They let Florida outmuscle them, and that led to a wicked goal that sealed the deal for the worst collapse in playoff history between the 4 major sports. This Boston Bruins team was pretty much unstoppable for most of the season. They set records. This was the team that I think anointing to win the Stanley Cup this year. They'll finally break the President's Trophy curse. Last team to win the President's Trophy and the Stanley Cup same year. The Blackhawks. Who was last year's President's Trophy winner? Florida. So the fact they're able to stick a knife in someone else's balloon and burst it makes them feel very happy. Or should I say, a claw, since they're a Panther. But this is like I said, this is one of the worst collapses, I think, of any of the major sports. And it's a shame, because what this team has put together on ice and how they're trying to perform, and everything was looking to be, the last hurrah for a lot of their players. This team could go through some major shakeup at the end of the season. And for them not to win another Stanley Cup, which I think they wanted to, and I think it kind of leaves a bitter taste in their mouths. But the fact that, they couldn't get out the first round, that's what puts this one as like I said, one of the worst. But hey, everyone has their opinions, and you may think the Warriors blowing the 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals could be that, or the Patriots not dominating the Giants in the Super Bowl, or the Mariners not even coming out of the AL to go to the World Series. Could all be up there, and I get that. But at least with the Mariners, they're in the ALCS. They're just one series. They came to playing the Yankees and actually played like they did the rest of the season. They could have beat them, but the Yankees came calling and knocked them out. And with the Patriots and Warriors, they were in the championship and stumbled at the end. Just like a runner running all 400-meter runner run all the way in. He's got the lead, and all of a sudden, he tripped his own feet or stepped on a shoelace and stumbles right at the end and end up losing. That's basically what I think the Patriots and Warriors are. The Mariners are the guy that stopped about 200 meters, pulled the calf muscle or something. The Bruins couldn't get out of the starting block. I mean, that's how I look at it. But hey, just let me know down below what you think. I have to have a new favorite, and I'll do that in a couple of days once, because when this video is being released and done, so I have one more Game 7 in the first round. That's the Devils and Rangers. You kind of say some of these playoff rounds. This first round has been pretty exciting. I've enjoyed watching a lot of these hockey games. I watched a lot of those Bruins games and could see that they were just outplayed. But for NHL, a couple of spoilers. You will not have a two-time champion. Another team broke their long playoff drought. More than have to follow on that one. But hey, just leave a comment down below. See what you think about this Bruins team. Does it rank as one of the worst collapse between the major four, or you think one of the other ones did it? Let me know down below. Once you're down there, you can also hit that thumbs up, especially like content provider. It helps this channel out. You also share this video with your friends and family. You also subscribe. I see my analytics. A lot of you guys are reviewing my work. Now maybe subscribe. This costs you a dime. Helps me provide more time value for you. On that note, I'll see you next time. Our Chat Sports Talk.